can see where we have a center front dart. And that's simply a dart that focuses on the shaping of the bust of a woman. And with designing for women in general, you want to make sure that you focus on their curves and accentuate it in a way to where it's flattering, not necessarily just a focus and a zoom in on sex appeal. Sometimes just to fit a silhouette is the sex appeal. I grew up in a 3-story home on 15th and Susquehanna with my great-grandparents and my single mother. My father was in a situation where he wasn't present in the home. So designing really started to come to play with sketches first out of boredom. I found myself, I'm the only child, so I found myself drawing and sketching a lot. And it became a hobby, a good hobby for me, but a bad hobby in my mother's eyes, because oftentimes I would be in school doodling on my books and I should have been probably studying or focusing. I had dolls, and oftentimes the dolls were unclothed. And I would ask my mother, oh, could you buy this little outfit for my little Barbie? And she's like, well, you always lose them, so it's no reason for me to spend all that money on an outfit for your dolls. So my great-grandmother came up with this crazy idea of making my own clothes for my Barbies. And we made them out of socks, mismatched socks that nobody could find the other match to. And we would cut and tie and tweak. And before you knew it, my Barbies were totally clothed. That was, again, another hobby that my mother got sick of, because now all the socks were cut up and tattered and missing top half. It was crazy. But I started to really love the fact that you can play with fashion. And from there, I would love to dress myself if we were to go out, or if my mother was to have an event, she would actually allow me to pick out what I wanted from time to time. And I didn't realize until later in the game that this is something that I enjoy doing. My great-grandmother was an artist. My Aunt Bobby, which is amazing, she was a tailor, a seamstress, just a hand sewer, and that's what really is couture now. Anything made by hand is couture. My Aunt Bobby was good for that, you know, making coats, slacks, wedding gowns, everything. And she taught me how to, you know, actually operate my sewing machine very early on. I really realized that fashion was something that I wanted to definitely partake in. Once I got to high school, and everyone started to take a liking in how I would change my uniforms into something that didn't look like what we were supposed to be wearing, or I would accessorize it. And that's when I knew, you know, when everyone else started to take a like to it, I'm like, wow, you know, that's what actually made me popular, you know, and actually rung bells, you know, in the neighborhood. So I said, okay, is this something that I really want to do? And I realized that it was something that I really wanted to do when my clothes actually hit the runway. I received $2,000. They put in maybe $600. And that's how much I made from the show all in all, a little over $2,000. And I said to myself, wow, first off, I've never even seen $1,000. I don't even think I could count to 1,000 at that age. But I said, okay, this is cool, you know. And everyone, when I said they seen my garments, they started to say, okay, this is different, this is unique. But at the time, it was still at a very minute stage on what it could have been. But I had everyone from high school participating. And then to follow from that, I participated in a statewide competition here in Philadelphia. Delaware Valley Charter High School, it was Dobbins, and a few other high schools that had participated in the competition. And there were several scenes. It was rep your school scene where you can wear your uniforms and tweak it and swag it out. And then there was a scene where you can create your own looks. And every look that we put in that show, I designed. And it was crazy because they were like, no, they're wearing like store-bought clothes. No, they weren't store-bought. They were just that good. So we won the competition. We were supposed to win $1,000. It never happened. We didn't get the money, but we got the bragging rights. Why we didn't get the money is a whole nother story, but we did pretty good. And it was a group by the name of American Rockstar. And I don't know if you guys remember them, but they're so hot. And I think they changed their name. I believe they're still out there. But they were good for like the t-shirts, the jeans with the paint splattered all over them, pictures on the back of their jackets. Like, it was so hot, and we were so dope at the time that that's what they known us for was fashion. And when you seen us, you seen fashion. And every time we talked about stuff, it was just like, oh my God, I need you to make me something. I need you to do something for me. I need this, I need that. So that's where a lot of the buzz had generated. And that was like back in 2003, 2004. I always wanted to go to school in New York City, which I believe any fashion designer wants to go to New York City to study design. I applied for Parsons, the Art Institute of New York, possibly go to like LA or Atlanta, but cut to the chase, I went to the Art Institute of Philadelphia. And even though it wasn't my first choice, it was definitely the best. I feel like a lot of people place New York as like, if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. In Philadelphia, if you can make it here, you can definitely make it anywhere. I studied and I worked with Eric Coley, I worked with Ina, I worked with Emerald, and they were instructors at the Art Institute, and they were amazing. They were tough on us, and they gave a lot of work, but definitely everything that I learned, I definitely took in, and I took heed to what they were saying and why it was important to follow their instructions. Designing at home and working with a home machine is totally different from actually using a industrial machine and constructing that garment on an industrial machine. Interning was a sweet, what do they call it, bittersweet type of moment, mainly because I interned in New York City because I wanted to go to New York for some reason. In the dead of winter, I interned with Jasara Lee, which was amazing. I love her. I love her design aesthetic. I love everything about her. She designed pieces from tailoring, from custom to handmade. She's amazing. I do want to say something towards the younger generation or anyone with a dream. If you are an entrepreneur and you're not going the typical fields of maybe aspiring to be a lawyer or a doctor, and you want to do something creative and something that some people may not understand, I do want to say to hang in there. There is a group of people that understand you, and they're definitely called entrepreneurs, and they're out there. And what you want to do is work with them. I was taught at the Art Institute to work with your peers. As you come up, you are not the only one that is not on the bottom, but you're not the only one that's on that ladder. There's other people on that ladder, and they're trying to come up too. And if you all work together, trust me, you'll come up a lot faster than if you're trying to push people to the side and you're like, I want to get ahead of the game before this person. MTD Design Company is all about color, the right material, of course, and also the right volume. Sometimes you can go minimalistic if you want to, But oftentimes it's okay to add a little volume, a little extra shoulder, a little extra length in the pants, however you want to do it. But it's all about class. Class never goes out of style. Now all the trends and everything is fun, but you want something that you can wear at least 20 years from now, and you definitely want a garment. If you're paying anywhere, to me, over $50 to $100, you want to be able to wear it at least, 20 times, 40 times. If you want to wear it to a dinner, if you want to wear it to a family gathering, if you want to wear it to your son's graduation, you should be able to do that. So when you come to me, no matter the price, it's a good buy, it's quality, it's beautiful, and it's something that you can wear over and over and over again.